What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another movie review. I'm Chase Lee, and the movie I want to take a look at right now is 7500. Now, this one comes from Amazon Prime, and it actually drops on Amazon Prime this Friday, June 19th. And this one is directed by Patrick Vollrath, and this one stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt as a pilot who is basically in mid-flight in the airplane that he is piloting, and terrorists start hijacking. Now, this is a film that takes all... What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another movie review. I'm Chase Lee, and the movie I want to take a look at right now is 7500. Now, this one comes on Amazon Prime. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another movie review. I'm Chase Lee, and the movie I want to take a look at right now is 7500. This one comes from Amazon Prime, and it actually drops on Amazon Prime this Friday, June 19th. And this one is directed by Patrick Vollrath, and this one stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt as a pilot whose aircraft is hijacked by terrorists. Now, this one is different in the sense that the whole movie, even the aftermath of how you think it's going to end, all takes place in the cockpit. It might show some like a security cam footage of like the immediate outside of like the cockpit door, but other than that, this film is all Joseph Gordon-Levitt, all in this cockpit. So that was something interesting because I never saw any trailer before this or whatever. I just watched it blind, and when about 10-15 minutes in, I was like, they're not cutting away, are they? All right, let's see how this works. Watch this movie. It's a good movie. I don't even want to tease it anymore. This is a good movie. And Amazon Prime, man, they are on a roll with like stuff like this in the vast at night. Come on, man. It was so surprising in like the best way possible. So let's start with Patrick Vollrath, who is the co-writer and director of this film. The one thing that he utilizes very, very well is the sense of urgency, the sense of dread, anxiety, and really has a keen sense on how to edit this film. I know he didn't edit the movie, but he still has to be next to his editor, and they have to make these tough decisions to make this story as like just sharp and as like, you know, just direct as possible. Because when you are having your entire film inside of a cockpit, you cannot waste any time. This story has to be airtight. And so it's an hour and 32 minutes, -5 for credits. It's a riveting movie. Like, this thing is directed with such ease. It is edited with such ease. And you just get sucked into this story. Like, after, like, the first, like, hinting of the hijacking, it just is balls to the wall the entire time. And it was just so great to watch because it is so difficult to do one location type movies. You have to keep people interested. You have to keep people on the edge of their seat. You got to have lulls. You got to have highs. Like, you got to have everything. And just, it's like watching a conductor just orchestrate like just this wonderful group of musicians. It's just, it was just so awesome to watch. And so I think really kind of capturing all types of emotions that are thrown at you with, like I said, the anxiety and dread, the suspense, the drama, there's even some light comedy at the beginning, with the banter back and forth between the pilots. It's just playing with everything, and it goes to 0 to 100 real quick in some scenes, and once again, it's done with ease, and you get this sense of like you just need this airplane to land, but like the hands are literally and figuratively tied behind this man sometimes, and like you just don't know how he's going to do it, and like it's crazy to kind of watch it unfold. But I really liked it from a directing and editing standpoint. You have to make that thing as sharp as possible, and I think Patrick did that. Now, if you want to talk about some of the semantics with like the writing and like the brief relationship and love story that Joseph Gordon-Levitt has with one of the flight attendants, like some of that is pretty like straightforward. Like they have to set it up very, very quickly in the very beginning, and like they give you like 5 minutes to establish a relationship and how much he cares for her. And then so when it gets to like some of the, harder stuff down the film, there's a lot of emotion boiling to the surface, if you will. And there could have been more to it if you want to look at that, semantics wise and be like, oh, there could have been more to these relationships and, all that. But I thought it was executed so well in terms of editing and directing that I didn't really have a problem with, the deepness of the story. It's just a straightforward thriller, and I think it does a great job doing that. The performances are fantastic. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is amazing in this movie, and there's a reason why he's great at what he does. He does a movie, he steps out for several years, and he comes back and he shows people why he is so dang good. And I think the last thing that I saw him in was The Walk. Was it like 5 years ago? Like 6, I don't even know. Like it was either 4 or 5 years ago. He was great in that one. And it's just, once again, he just kind of does it and he leaves and comes back. And this one, it shows you that he is just one of the best out there. And with this, you can't screw it up. This film is literally focused on him the majority of the movie. You have to have someone to carry it. I love the personality that he has at the beginning. I love the fact that he's warm, he's inviting, he's kind of funny, he seems to love his job. And when things start to turn super quick, he gets scared, he panics, but he realizes he is the only one to land this plane safely. So he's got to step up as a pilot. He's got to have this leadership mentality, to deliver this plane to the ground safely. And you can see that switch. Even after some of the terrible stuff that happens to him in this film, he realizes that he has to do this. Even with some of the emotional circumstances that are thrown his way, he's their only hope. And there's so much shifting, just nuance and shifting in his character. And then towards the end, there's a different side of him to when he was in the air. It's a really well done and kind of like just ranged performance that I really enjoyed. Some of the other secondary characters, some of them are really good and they do the job well that they are in. But the one that stands out to me is Omid Mimar. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I apologize if I mispronounce that. I won't say what his extension in his role is, but he is one of the terrorists, and that kid's got a future. I could be wrong, and he's probably got like 100 films under his belt. That kid was amazing, and you need to give him more stuff. Like towards the end, you think it's gonna go one way, and then like there's a lot more to it, and then when it kind of throws you that little curveball towards the end, and you see kind of the hesitation in this man's eyes. That's all I'll say. He delivers that super well. Like he's not fully convinced of his actions. He's not fully convinced of his mission to do what he's was sent there to do. Like it's a really, really well-rounded performance. I loved Omid Mimar in this film. And then that's about it. I don't know what else I can highlight. There's not really any music. It's pretty bare bones, which is great. It kind of like it sucks you into the story, and you don't really need to have this movie lambasted with music anyways. It's all about the actions and the characters. Cinematography, it is what it is. There's not really anything mind-blowing. It takes all place within a cockpit. There's only so much you can do. Side shot, back shot, wide shot, close up, 2-shot, front shot, show the door, show the security camera. It's just like it's not anything you watch this movie for if you want to learn more about cinematography, but it gets the job done. Another thing I really wanted to bring up with the directing choice that Patrick had in this film is the sound design. It is chaotic. Like, it is in the best way possible. There's so much going on, and it's just another layer to kind of amp up your anxiety. There's a good portion of the film where the terrorists are knocking on the door. That knocking doesn't stop for a while. And you see Joseph Gordon-Levitt's like face in panic. You see him like try to talk to the tower at the same time he's trying to deal with that. And that knocking is just like that extra like oomph inside of your brain to like make you go crazy. But that's the whole point, is that he's supposed to stir up this anxiety while you're watching it and this sense of dread and uncertainty. And the knocks on the door do that. Just really clever, just like, it's like a clever choice. You know, just like, knocks are there, make them prominent, but don't have them like overthrow the dialogue. Just have them there and keep it going. And it was a really interesting choice. And at first I was annoyed, I'm not going to lie. But, you know, as I kept watching it, you kind of forget about it. And you just, like I said, you're just so sucked into the story. So yeah, if you're looking for a suspense thriller, if you're looking for a great film that displays acting, directing, and editing with breezily, it's not a word, but you know what I mean, I think you should check this one out on Amazon Prime. Comes out June 19th, like I said. Like I said, between this one and The Vast of Night, Amazon's on a roll. So check this one out if this is your bag. If you don't want to watch, stuff about terrorists and, hijackings and stuff, I get that. These films are not, something that you lightly pop in. They're emotionally draining. I totally get that. But if you want to watch, like I said, a suspenseful thriller this weekend, I think you should do that. This is a dang good one. So I'm going to give 7500 a B. So let me know down below what you thought of 7500, whether you hated it, loved it, whatever. Please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get up-to-dates on whenever I review anything. If you're more of a podcast person, you want these more in audio form, I do have a podcast, Real Me and Cole, a movie podcast. I do all of these reviews on there as well, if audio is more of your bag and you don't want to see my stupid face. But that will do it for this review, guys. I'm Chase Lee, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. I will see you guys later.